No, you guys are going to be going to the Penny, I know you weren't here, but we're going to be doing this tablet that you're going to be working with Destiny, okay? When it's time, like, for you guys to be working, I really want to hear you guys talk. Sure. It'll just be quick. 5 minutes. I have to prop 5 minutes if you guys work.
And then after recess?
And then after recess, I'm only going to be recording that small table with a couple of Can you close the door for me?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Okay, yes, before we start, anybody have any questions or anything?
No.
Okay, again, I cannot stress how important these videos are. So please, please, please make sure we're not talking. Dude, last time I caught you talking, we weren't supposed to, especially because you were near the camera. So Diana, make sure you're right next to the camera. Okay. Nathan, are you ready?
Nope.
Mr. Baptiste already started. I'm just going to crop it.
Boy, you mad now?
Can you what? It's already on. I'm waiting for Nathan to sit down.
Wait, it's already on?
Uh-huh. Okay, make sure we're sitting properly and we're not swinging the chairs, especially when I'm walking by, because I don't want to trip in front of the camera. All right, ready? Okay, good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, Miss Blanco.
So today is day 2 out of 3 where we're learning about our words. So, okay, so class expectations. Let's make sure we're being respectful. If I'm talking, make sure you're not talking. Being responsible. Remember, you are responsible for your actions, okay? All right, learning goals. On the count of 3, can we all read it together?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Students with able to learn signal words create helpful right sentences.
So it's a lot of stuff today, right? So first of all, we're going to learn our signal words. We're going to be working on the Padlet. That's why you guys are already logged in. Then we're going to create a quick double bubble map, and then you're just going to write sentences with your double bubble map, which we already are used to, right, when we do our thinking maps. Okay, so signal words. On your desk, you should have this paper, and I also have it up here. Okay, signal words. These are words that help us compare and contrast. Let me put it this way so you guys can see. It's also on your paper, so if you can't see this, then you can see it on your paper or up here. So on the poster, I wrote compare. So that's how things are alike. So we use words to compare, like alike, like, also, same as, much as, both, as well as, likewise, similar to, and resemblance. So when you're comparing two things and you're saying like they're the same, then you're going to be using these words. If they're different, then you're using contrast words, which will be in red. So how things are different. So you're going to be using words like on the other hand, different, opposite, however, differs, instead, unlike, but, while, and even though. Okay, so these are some examples. This is for compare. So apples and oranges are alike. Do you see how I used the first word, alike? I used it to compare because they are both fruits. So I'm talking about the similarities, right? So this is another example of compare. So cats resemble dogs because they both have fur. So both cat and dogs have fur. So I'm using resemble to compare them. If I were to use contrast, so even though oranges and apples are both fruits, I'm using even though I didn't bold it, even though, which is the last one on contrast. Apples are sometimes sour. So they're different. I'm talking about the differences. Okay, on Google Classroom, you guys should already be on the tablet. So first, I want us to compare and contrast apples and oranges. Okay, So I want us to first talk about comparison. So I want you to write similarities about oranges and apples. Remember how I wrote, what is it? Apples and oranges are alike because they are both fruit. I want you to come up with comparison. So how are they alike? Using those words, writing in sentences. That's where you're working with your partner. Okay, so can we do that? So with your partner, I want you guys to come up with sentences. Yes, Anne?
Can we write it on palette?
Yes, you write it on Padlet. That's what we have it on Padlet. Just on the bottom, make sure you write your name so we know who it's from. Because I know some of you guys are just logged in with your username. Just after you write that sentence, you're gonna write like Moses and Hector Keith. Yes, question. You don't need a pencil. We're doing a Padlet. Oh, you want a pencil to write? You can get one. I'll get you one. Okay, so remember, this point, I really want to hear you guys talk. Okay? So can we do that? Write as many as you can for apples and oranges. I'll write it here if you want. Apples and oranges. You're talking about the similarities of apples and oranges. Maybe. Okay, whatever. It's Mr. Buckley, so that's right. Okay, we're talking about apples and oranges, and then we'll go on to cats and dogs. Okay, so write comparisons. Yes, go ahead and start. Make sure you're working with your partner. Yes. When you're done, make sure you click publish. So I really want to hear you guys talking. Make sure you're using these words right now because you're comparing how they are similar. Okay, I see. Hey, remember when we're comparing them? Right now we're doing comparisons, so how they are similar, not how they are different. So you're going to be using this side. When we compare them, we're using this side of the pencil, okay? Just as many as you can. So do one and then just do another. So we're now we're talking about like apples and oranges. We're just comparing apples and oranges. How are they the same? I know.
You're supposed to be doing apples and oranges.
Do you guys want to do another one easier?
No.
Or you guys got this?
I can't feel.
Should we do another comparison? Maybe we should do the characters in the story. Okay, let's do the characters in the story. So in your text, okay, give me 5. Give me 5. Okay. Not everybody's giving me 5. Okay. Do we want to do dogs and cats? Maybe there's more comparisons. We'll start off with cats and dogs, and then we'll do the characters, okay? So we're going to do cats and dogs. Whatever you have on the Padlet, just leave it. The more, the better. So this time, I'll let you guys either choose compare or contrast. You can choose whichever one you want. But you're comparing the two.
Let's do a we could do contrast or compare. Which one want to do? I can put AU. Good hearing, good hearing. Good hearing.
Oh, I like what I see. Remember, when we're comparing, we're using these words. When we're talking about the differences, we're contrasting, we're using this side of the poster. These words. Okay? Keep going. I want to see some more.
How dare you?
Okay, now I want us to compare the two characters. In your text, you should have annotations. Start comparing the two characters. How are they the same?
Is it about the weaving classes?
About the weaving classes, what we read on Tuesday. How are they the same? How are they different? Write it down. You're comparing and contrasting them. How are they different? How are they the same?
What are we supposed to do it about?
About the two characters in the text? Remember, we made a lot of annotations about them. How are they the same? How are they different?
Do we have to do contrast or compare?
You can choose which one. Try to do as many as you can think of.
You want to do this one? What's your name? Athena.
Ooh, you said they. Who are they, Mom? Who are they?
Athena.
Who are the two characters? Athena and who? Change it to their names. Yes. Similar to the differences. You just highlighted that you don't write any annotations. The whole thing is being annotated. Can I help you? Athena. And then Arachne. Yes.
Oh yeah.
So remember when we did this? Now you're going to talk about the differences and similarities. How are the girls both the same and how are they different? How are they the same? Okay, I'm gonna give you guys about 2 more minutes and then we're gonna read a couple of these. C-H-R. Both weavers are both good at weaving. Ooh, Natalie, I like that. I like that. All right, so quickly finish up the one that you are working on. All right, give me 5 keys. Okay, I really like Natalie's and Allison's. Let's read what they said. This is Arachne and Athena, Dominic, are both alike. So are they comparing or are they contrasting? They're comparing because they are both selfish, too confident, and greedy. So they included 3 of them. Dainara said Arachne is mean, but on the other hand, so are they comparing or contrasting? They're contrasting. The goddess was kind and a little rude. Okay? And then these, okay, long, so, ooh, Mom, where did yours go? Here we go. Okay, they are both the same because they are both weavers. Okay, so he used,
Oh my.
where'd he go? Oh. They are both. Yeah, I think he wrote both. So is he comparing and contrasting? Both. Is that compare or contrast? He's comparing, right? He's comparing how they are both weavers. And then he wrote they are both greedy and selfish. Okay. Okay, Dominic and Judith wrote Athena and Arachne are both, okay, hold on, selfish and good at weaving. Okay, so he's comparing the similarities. So Destiny, Athena is alike to Arachne because they are both good at weaving. Okay. Andy and Camila wrote Arachne and Athena are both greedy and selfish. Hector G wrote Athena and Arachne are both good at weaving. Okay, I think we got the concept down. Okay, right now I need you guys to close the Chromebooks. Close the Chromebooks. You have a double bubble map on your desk. It's either yellow or white. You are going to need your text that we highlighted. Remember the text that we highlighted and we wrote annotations and stuff?
Yeah.
Get that out too because we're going to need it. And don't forget a pencil.
This one. This one. This pencil doesn't work. Who needs a pencil? Yes, you are. Why are you? I have that one in my house. But it's not in your house. It's right here.
Okay, close the Chromebook.
It's a living Barbie.
All right, who are the 2 characters in the story? Judith.
Athena.
One of them is Athena.
And
Athena.
Arachne.
Who's the other one, Camila? Thank you. Can you sit down, please? Thank you. I know we're so excited, huh? Okay, what do we do in a double bubble map? We did this before with the circus. Remember that circus story that Mr. Bautista read back in, I think it was September. What are we doing? Exactly. We're going to compare and contrast the 2 characters. If you have not gotten that by now, we're going to compare and contrast the 2 characters. Okay, what goes in the middle, Nathan? Okay, 3, but what specifically, Delilah? how they are the same. So the similarities go here. What about the sides? What goes on the sides? Analia.
So if you want to do more,
Okay, so if we want to do more, but what specifically, Nathan? Yeah, we're going to talk about the differences between them. So how they are different, the different characteristic traits. So in your double bubble map right now, I want you to write Athena for one of the bubbles, and then Arachne for the other bubble. Yes. Sorry, the printer, I don't know why it was printing yellow, but I don't want to be wasteful. So some of your guys are yellow, some of them are white. It's okay though. Okay, first let's talk about Athena. What's a specific characteristic trait that Arachne doesn't have? We made a lot of annotations, so I want you to go back and look at it. Analia, what do you think? Oh, pencil. Let me get you a pencil. Somebody have a pencil
wait,
that she can borrow?
Me.
Thank you.
I have one.
Yeah, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. All right, Athena. What's a characteristic trait that Arachne doesn't have? Long, what do you think? What was that? Setting is like what's happening, like where in the story. But what's a characteristic trait? Maybe we should talk about the similarities between the two. What is something they are both have, that they both have?
We both are good at
Weaving. So they're both great weavers, right? And weavers is what? One of our vocabulary words.
I don't think
Both are. Yes, and like Nathan's about to say, it's one of our words in our, yes, on our comparative, in our poster. Okay, guess what? You're going to have to come up with another one of this by yourself. But right now we're going to do one of each. Okay, what about Arachne? What's something that she is that Athena isn't? Okay, they're both good weavers though. She's greedy, right? She wants to be the best. She's a little, you can write that too. That's another hint. Hey, you can also make the judgment that they're both selfish. Okay, what about Athena though? What about Athena, Dainara?
she's a goddess.
Yeah, she's a goddess. Sorry, that's a D. Is she a goddess, Arachne? No.
Yes.
She was not a goddess. She was a human. Okay, your job is, and I'm gonna give you about 10 minutes. I want you to come up with another one. At least you can come up as many as you want. Another characteristic, two more characteristic traits of Athena, another similarity, and then two more of Arachne. At least. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more to do. 2 more for each character and 1 more similarity. Just write down ideas. Right now we're just writing down ideas. When you are done with that, on your other paper, it's this one. It has the character on top, the little picture. I want you to write sentences. But first, let's read the directions. It says, write sentences that include at least 2 comparisons. So we are going to have 2. You have to write 2 of these. And 3 contrasts, which we are going to have. You have to include at least 5 signal words. So you have to include 5 of these words. And 2 academic terms. So I'll get to it right now. But that, let me borrow this Moses. Remember when we wrote our vocab, that first thing that we did? I need you to include at least 2 of them. We already have one. We said they're both weavers. But you can do compare. Guess what? When you're comparing them, you can also write compare or contrast. That's another vocab word. You can put goddess. That's another vocab word. And you can put loom. Okay? Get your right. Those are vocab. I want you to include I stole yours, Hector. I'll give it back right now.